My name is Captain Almar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I woke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then... No! Better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. Hello everybody, and welcome to my series on Pikmin. I thought it'd be fun, and Pikmin is one of my favorite games. Anyways, let's get right into it. A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my research when it reared up as if it were waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion, too. Alright, well maybe we can get some food from this, huh? If it grows. There we go. Very glowy for just a plant seed. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. This sprout emits a strange light and it sways back and forth without the benefit of wind. I cannot help... Wait a minute. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press A. Alright. And we got this little dude right here. Extraordinary! When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it and throw it with A, and I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react to C and X as well. The following controls appear to allow me several viewpoints. L, rotate camera, hold to follow the cursor. R, zoom in and out. Z, change angle. I must survive! I need to familiarize myself with these controls and my surroundings. Now, all I'm gonna say is, Almar, I don't know how scientists do on your planet, but normally when we discover a creature, we don't just throw it at things. And I'm gonna get this out of the way. I'm playing the GameCube version because I don't have a Wiimote. So I'm just kinda here like, yeah. If possible, I would definitely recommend the Wiimote. Astonishing! The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. Alright, I think you can already see how this is going. We gotta wait for these, and we get more. As we explore, we see this. However, that requires 10 of them, so... Okay, you're not stupid. I'm not gonna pretend like you have no idea what's going on. We gotta get more. We gotta raise our numbers up a good bit. And, correct, there should be one here. I'm also just gonna say this right now, I have played this game several times before. So I'm not gonna just pretend like I have no idea what's gonna come ahead. So that's right. Here's another reason I recommend the GameCube version. Their AI, it's an old game, and the AI is the best example of that. In the Wii version, it gets improved to where when you throw them at something, they will pick it up afterwards as well, instead of running away. And it is a lot more useful. So we just do this. It is somewhat of a slow start, but it's gonna become a lot quicker, and there's gonna be a lot more stuff happening. This is just the tutorial, so you get situated. Just gotta wait for it to bring it back. Just making sure I got everything. And while that's happening, here. This is gonna become a lot quicker once there's actually just more stuff to do. It's gonna be a lot less waiting. So, here we go. What happens if I... Oh, well, we'll never find out. And with the strength of 10 Pikmin, it'll be able to push that box. Which then will give us access to the rest of the area. I'm not gonna just straight up spoil what's ahead of us, but I am gonna do a little bit of like, oh, I know what to do. I'm not gonna act like I don't. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned of Pikmin conduct. Approach and press A to pick sprouts. Press A to grab Pikmin. Release to throw. Press B to call them. X to dismiss. K to command. And control root. L, R, and Z. I don't have a joke for them. Control perspective. I shall record all this on my computer. I can press Y to access the computer. Looks like we don't have a lot of access to anything, do we? Anyways, what do we have here? Amazing! There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but... how will I get it back to the dolphin? Man, I wonder. Needs 20, so... get over here. There's gonna be a lot of situations where I just talk about how the AI is dumb. I can already see it. Okay, we gotta raise our numbers even more. And over there, we have... oh, that's actually... okay, I didn't... so... over there we got something pretty obvious. However, it's clear we can't break through that. So, instead, we just gotta help these guys bring it. You can obviously bring more than the required amount to speed things up, like that. And we'll be seeing more about how the Pikmin act pretty soon. Oh. When many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My wife always told me I'm no good at routine tasks. I guess I'll try to get it all done at once by repeatedly tapping A until I pick all the Pikmin from the ground. I was literally just about to bring this up. I've noticed that when I add Pikmin in my group, they come filled with excitement and flushed with bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. But yeah, I was just about to mention that mashing A speeds the process up quite a bit because I don't need to follow towards the Pikmin. However, a very obvious thing is it takes time for the sprouts to grow, so that can provide some issues. In Pikmin 2, it's almost instantly, and in Pikmin 3, there is no time. It's really handy then, but unfortunately, we're doing this series in order. Now that we have enough, I believe 25 is the maximum to get. We'll I think that's a trend among all three games. Over. So, yeah, I believe that's it. Should be good. This is gonna take a while, however, so I'm just gonna skip to once they make it to the ship. And here they are. And with the return of the engine, the ship does a flip, and we've restored part of the dolphin. And it's magically repairing itself, at least somewhat. This thing looks like it will crash immediately upon trying to enter the atmosphere, but it'll be fine. Oh, glorious! With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back toward home. My ship can once again lift off! Are you sure about that? Eh, whatever. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. This is the best part. The music bangs. And that thing shouldn't take off. It really should not. One day since impact, I have somehow managed to launch the... Sorry about that, guys. Let me try that again. One day since impact, I have somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or if they merely decided to join me for other reasons. Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. The dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hokotate. It's actually called Hokotade, but old habits die hard, I'm sorry. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible from the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore tomorrow. And here's a nice list to show all the stats. So, as it mentioned, a good reason why the Pikmin are... the onion flew up with us is there's a lot of hostile things at night, and obviously it's just gonna be a bloodbath. However, another reason is because, well, the Pikmin like the sound of our whistle. That is the genuine reason why they listen to us and obey our commands. That is the genuine reason why. Anyways, this is my favorite area, and it's got... just listen to music. It's so good. Anyways, my dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I shall call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand in the light beneath the onion and press A. Do that? And choose how many I pick out. And we just get to work as usual. Gotta break down this, I believe it's called a bramble, okay? And a yellow pellet posy. So, I'm gonna bring this up now. I forgot the AI. You can tell what version of Pikmin I'm used to, because I've already forgotten that the AI don't work very well. But, as you notice, that has the symbol of 1 above it, but it gives 2 Pikmin. If the color matches the Pikmin, then you will get bonus Pikmin from it, so 1 became 2, and as you saw from that yellow, I only got 1. That's almost done. So this game is very much about efficiency. It's very satisfying. In Pikmin 2, you have all the time in the world, unlike this one, but still, efficiency is pretty key in these games. Here we go. So before I do that, I wanted to do this with a lot of Pikmin because they give you like 0 time to do this, but if we pluck this grass here, we get... what's that? Nectar. Another intriguing discovery. A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar. When the Pikmin drink this delicacy, they instantly mature into flowers. This apparent Pikmin favorite seems to be full of nutrition. Closer observation is needed to determine the strengths and peculiarities of these flower. In case you can't tell, I have issues talking. Yeah. So, there's a system where Pikmin evolve leaf blood. Okay, they evolve leaf, bud, flower, and... Oh, I've already screwed up. And essentially, what that does is... Oh, you can see right there, there's a bud. But what they do is, essentially, the higher up on that list they are, the better they are at just doing tasks and not screwing up. That's the gist of it. Because they trip quite a bit, they just kind of fumble about. Also, okay, yep, you can see the AI is not very good. There's a big guy. That enemy I just murdered earlier, I killed it before I even started talking about what it is. That is a dwarf bulborb. Those are actually, you can tell which ones are the non-dwarfs, but they are actually not the same species as bulborbs. They are a bread bug that mimics the bulborb in order to survive. Just a little bit of trivia. Let's see. What we gotta do up is right. These are numbers. Pretty soon we won't have to deal with the tedious task of plucking. There still will be here and there, but it won't be as much. And I've screwed up. That's a big one, a 10. And I'll just pluck this bunch and then one more, and then I'll get back to work and let those grow. So there's another thing to get towards in a moment, and that is right over here. So these dwarf bulborbs, and as well as the posies, they both have their own way to defeat them, to kill them quickly. If you can just break their spine for the dwarf bulborbs by launching a Pikmin on top of them, and that will insta-kill it. And unfortunately, their bigger counterparts aren't so easy to defeat. But anyways, why? It's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo. It has an unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. So, oh yeah, 40, I forgot about that. So this is another thing I should bring up. But, there are optional parts and there are required parts. You need 25 of the parts to beat the game. I am definitely going to be trying to get all 30 parts. And essentially, the way it works is, you might be wondering why 25 of them are required. Well, you can't take off without the frickin' steering wheel. That's all I'm saying. So if we go onward. And he's stuck. Yep. Pikmin AI. What a wondrous disaster. It gets much better in the later ones, though. Believe me. Anyways. Eternal Fuel Dynamo. This should light things up. No more candles for me. I have now recovered 2 out of 30 parts. If I can just find 3 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. So, yeah, as I was about to mention before that happened, the Pellet Posies, you've seen how they're defeated. Oh, never mind. So this guy, he's nocturnal, he sleeps, so, I'm just gonna get the main course guys real quick. Yeah, I don't want to wake him up, on accident. Those guys, there's an easy way to defeat them. And a certain YouTuber... there we go. A certain YouTuber has coined the name for how to defeat them, which I will reference in a moment. Just gotta... there we go. Pikmin can lose their flowers normally. And they got struck. Pikmin can lose their flowers. There's multiple ways to do it. We'll just see them naturally. I won't explain them all. But The easy way to defeat him is, if I do it right, is to bum rush him. And I almost screwed that up. And voila. Oh, that's... yeah, I did not do this efficiently. This is... oof. I just looked. So, if we look above, you can see how much time of daylight we have. So yeah. This is gonna be interesting, because I was... oh yeah. I hope they can break that down very quickly, because there's something we should do before the day ends, and this is not how efficient I wanted it to be. So... it's gonna take a while. It's almost halfway. Yeah, this is really just kind of the boring parts. It's just that there's nothing really commenting, and they're done. So I'm actually gonna lower it down by 7. I'm gonna put 7 in, that should give 80. In the field. Because we'll discover this soon. Once they're all in there. Well, as I was saying, my clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my actions accordingly. So, it's best for me to review my monitor's data. Alright, here's the full description. Across the top of my monitor are the sun meter and data display. At the bottom are my spacesuit damage meter, the health bar, and Pikmin gauges. From the left, these numbers reflect Pikmin under my command, Pikmin in the field, and total Pikmin, including those in onions. To adjust my monitor, I can press L to rotate the camera, or to zoom and see to change viewpoint. I can also press Y to view a detailed computer analysis. Yeah, here's this. However, it's not very detailed as we're missing a huge chunk of the map. And I'm not even gonna dodge around it. You can see what's ahead. you can see what's up ahead. And I screwed that up horribly. Did I save him? Okay, yeah, we're good. Actually, I almost good. Okay. So, I could have put more in the onion. It'll be fine. Oh, I screwed it up. Okay, we're fine. So yeah, there's some semi-tight time. So I'm gonna bunch these guys up there. No. So, what we have here is a yellow onion. And you can see where this is going. We're getting a new type of Pikmin. I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. You can see all the yellow pellet posies. Just any moment now. There's also some grass up there, but I don't think I've ever actually used that anytime I played. Here we go. Instead of a little nose, they got little ears. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests that this one has what, in some circles, could be considered very large ears. I don't know what the other ones agree, but okay. It looks like it may weigh less than the others. In what other ways might it be different from red Pikmin? No matter. They're obviously quite similar, so I shall call this one a Pikmin as well. So yeah, yellow Pikmin, they can be thrown higher, as he said. And, they're also, it doesn't say here, they're immune to electricity. There is no electricity in Pikmin 1, though. In Pikmin 2, however, we will be seeing that pretty often. Long story short, I'm just gonna be real here. Pikmin, or yellow Pikmin, sorry, they're the least useful of the Pikmin in Pikmin 1. Pikmin 2, they become pretty much the best because they're immune to electricity. Electricity is a one-shot kill. Which... yeah. You'll see why that's a bit tough. You'll see why when the time comes, but that we're not doing Pikmin 2, so... well, we're not doing it in this series. We're gonna be doing it after I'm done with this. Yeah. Just gonna go through this process. This is gonna be happening a bit. The reason I didn't want them to bring anything back is because, although they're that is very clearly not what I wanted you to go for. Although they're the most useless, you still kinda need them. So there we go. It's just gonna be a slow start thing. And since I'm here, you may have been noticing all these peculiar stones around. Well, that's... Okay, you know what? Just bang your head on the wall. Alright, hang on. Okay, so instead I'm just gonna use the swarm command with the C-stick. This is a lot easier. And he's got it. The yellow Pikmin have picked up some peculiar stones. Why did they decide to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to yellow Pikmin. Just what are these strange glowing stones? Brightly coloring... Sorry. I'm having issues here. Brightly glowing cracks color them. You know what? I'm just... Perhaps these cracks indicate that there's tremendous power locked away within. This merits further research. Something tells me that's gonna be a trait of me going on in these videos, is I can't fucking read. Actually, I can't talk either. Both of those combined, apparently. Anyways, once we do that... Alright, so... This is the use of the yellow Pikmin. They can pick up these rocks, these bomb rocks. They get sorted into a different thing when I press X. And, yeah. That's how we destroy that. Glowing rocks the yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps they know that these stones can be used as powerful weapons. The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them. But they should be able to blast open stone walls that block pathways. I may even be able to use them against some of the wild creatures. Yes, I'm probably not going to be doing that, but it's a thing. It's a lot of possibilities with Pikmin. You can try a bunch of different ways. I must be vigilant. Pikmin I dismiss by pressing X bring their bombs when I call them back. Pikmin I throw by pressing A drop their bombs when I call them back. Keep clear of the explosion. When I touch Pikmin directly, they keep their bombs and fall in line. So, I'm also going to open this, but we're probably not going to be using this for a while. Another thing in the Wii version that I would recommend using over. You have to dismiss them and grab each Pikmin individually. Uh-oh. Yep. I accidentally threw another. But, as I was about to bring up, you just simply need to press a few buttons and you can swap Pikmin. In this one, you have to dismiss them and then grab the right Pikmin. So, oh, new enemy! As well as, I'm just swarming here. So, two of them. Male and female shear grubs. I need to kill them in quick. Male shear grubs can fight, female ones can't. The male ones are the purple colors. And, yeah, we lost a few. This is going horrible. Essentially, the male ones, they fight, females don't. And over here, I'm about to throw the bomb rocks. I can reach them with reds, though I think they wanted yellows for that. Okay, I need to bring that back quick because... Whip. Okay, anyways, I have made yet another Pikmin-related discovery. Just as when I was about to exceed 100 Pikmin in the field, the onion stopped expelling seeds, yet the total number of Pikmin continued to climb. It seems that once there are 100 Pikmin in the field, subsequent seeds get stored inside the onion. Thus, no more than 100 Pikmin can be in the field at one time in any area. Yes, that's why I put the Pikmin in earlier. You can only have 100 at a time. Anyways, this is why I wanted it back so quickly. It's my whimsical radar. With this, I'll be able to see all nearby ship parts in a single glance. I just press Y to check it. This find fills me with great hope. Yes, this will give access to a map. Oh, and they're going okay. So, I thought they were going that way, but I forgot that it's closed. Thank God, because I haven't cleared the area. I didn't even bring back the bulborb I planned on, I just left it there. Why am I being this inefficient? Whatever, just bring it back. So I got 2 bombs with me. This will deal half health to that bulborb over there, but I'm not going to do that. So, what can I do? Oh yeah, there's a new enemy over there. It's not really an enemy, more so cannon fodder. Those are Wogpoles. You'll see what they do later. They can't fight, but they just kind of run. Alright. Whimsical radar. This important part can detect locations of other machines. Why? I can't talk for some reason. God. Other missing parts. The radar will be added to my monitor, which I can press Y to view. C zooms in and out. This will surely help me in my search for the remaining parts. I have now recovered 3 out of 3 parts. If I can just find 2 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. Alright, and since in here, let's see. These. This isn't enough, I will. Okay, well, they're all here now. So. What do I have? Oh, yeah, there's also sunset variations of music, which is nice. My clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin waiting beneath the dolphin and onions will probably enter the onions on their own. But if I don't call the stragglers and add them to my group, they may not be able to get back. I'm sure that the Pikmin still planted are safe, but I'm somewhat concerned about leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness. Yes, so for example, if I left a Pikmin over at that star, and it became sunset, or not sunset, when it became fucking night, I'm having a hard time talking. Then they would be dead, because they're murderous creatures at night. Yeah. This bodes well for future times. I can barely speak. I do not have time. Get over here, you two. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the yellows away. And I don't have time. Okay, never mind. The yellows are gonna go away. It's fine. Here's the entire map. Yeah. I'm not gonna go over there for a while. You'll see why when we need to deal with what's over there. So, okay. I'm just trying to see what's up next. Anyways, it's time for sunset. This music's just so nice, alright? Pikmin holds a special place in my heart. And, as we take off, you'll see what those nocturnal creatures are. Yep. Two days since impact. It appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How that would improve my chances? Then I'd only have to press Y to locate my parts. Yep, as I briefly showed, pressing Y, the stars are essentially parts, the big circles are the onions, though that isn't very useful. You saw the ship, and the small dots are Pikmin. Obviously it's color-coded for the Pikmin, and if it's green, those are Pikmin planted in the ground. Right, anyways. Yet, there seems to be many hostile life forms here. If I am attacked, and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my ship, stand in front of it, and press A to make suit repairs. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. So if you run out of health, the day just straight up ends. And I believe... yeah, obviously any Pikmin not in your squad get left behind, but I believe even if you get defeated, any Pikmin currently in your squad will return, but if they're doing a task too far from base, they're screwed. So yeah. Those were our first 2 days. And in the next episode, we'll be returning to the Forest of Hope to get more ship parts and hopefully unlock a new area. See you guys in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.